Welcome teachers to the November Tech Tips. Today we're going to talk to you a little bit about a fabulous tool in Google Apps for Education called the Google Research Tool. You can use it in docs and presentation. And we're going to share with you a couple of really great response web tools that will help engage your students with questioning all along the lesson, not just at the end of the lesson as a quiz type assessment. So let's jump right in. We're going to look at the Google Presentation tool. You use this if you're using Google Docs or Google Presentation. And so the research tool can be found at the top of the menu bar under Tools. When you click on the Tools menu bar, you get Research. Notice when you click on Research, a box opens to the side that lets you put in the query, the search terms that you're looking for. Now, one of the things I want to show you is that you can look for all kinds of different things. There's a little bit of everything if you're looking specifically for images or videos, or if you're looking for quotes from some famous person. Or there's some tables that kind of give you some comparison things, like if you're looking at presidents, it gives you information on different presidents. So there's a little narrowing down of your search results here that can happen, and so that's a great tool to be able to use. You don't even have to leave your document or your presentation to find this information. So I want to show you this using the Google Docs because I think it works a little bit better in Google Docs, and there are a couple things I want to show you. So I'm going to come up here to my toolbar, and under Tools, click Research, open the panel on the side, and let's say that I'm looking for some information on dogs. So I put my information into the search box. I get a little bit of everything. So I've got just an overview of dogs. I've got some different pictures here that I can use. And I've got some articles that I can peruse and see if there's some good information in there. So if I take a look at the images and I say, oh, this is a really cute image, I want to use that, I pull it over, I hover over it, it gets a little bigger, I pull it over into my document, and it's going to do this really, really great thing. Notice there's a little number 1 next to the image, and the image should show up here pretty quickly. There we go. And down at the bottom, there is the citation for the image. That's where the image came from. So it cites the image automatically when I use the research tool, which is fantastic. Now if I come down here and I look at this article and I say, okay, let's see what this has to offer. I get these 3 options: preview, insert, and cite. And I can take a look at the article and see if it's something that I might want to read, or if this is something that might be just an advertisement of some kind. And so this isn't really going to give me all that great of information. Maybe the Wikipedia article gives me a little bit more. If I want to read that article, I can click on it. It will open in a new tab. And if I use some information from that article, then I can cite that article right here. And it puts the citation at the bottom of the page. So that's a great feature. So if I came up here and after my picture typed in some information about the dog that I got from that article, then I could cite that article as the information, as the source of the information. Now, one of the things I want to show you on this is that there's a little drop-down menu underneath the search bar, and so the images I can actually filter by license. So I can say I only want to see the pictures that are free to use, share, or modify, and that might change what I can put into my my document. But it is still going to cite the source. And I can also change the format of the citation. If I want MLA, APA, or Chicago. So for those upper level teachers who are concerned about the type of citation that we're looking at, you can change the format of the citation, which is a great feature. So I highly recommend that you take a look at this feature and see how you can use this in your classroom, because it does provide some great functionality. Okay, so let's take a look at some response web tools. The first response web tool that I'm going to show you is called Socrative. Some people say Socrative, some people say Socrative. It doesn't really matter. It just depends on who you're talking to. So I'm going to show you a quick video about Socrative and what it can offer you.
Let's take a look at Socrative. The first thing you want to do is create a quiz. So you can choose from multiple choice or short answer questions. When you're finished adding your questions, click on Save, and it saves that quiz for you. Then if you start one of the quiz modes, so I'm going to choose the space race. To join the quiz, if the students open the Socrative student app, they can enter your specific room number, and that basically joins them into that quiz. The questions get pushed directly through to the student's device, and they can basically work through the questions at their own pace. For the space race, whenever they get a question correct, their rocket moves across the screen, and it's the first team to reach the other side of the screen. For every quiz, you can download an Excel spreadsheet report, which basically shows you questions that the students have gotten right or wrong. Also gives you a tallied up score and a percentage, so it's easy marking as a teacher. Another way to create quizzes is to use a special code that allows you to import quizzes that other teachers have made, so there's easy sharing of quizzes. Apart from the extended quiz options, there is the ability to do single question activities, so you can choose multiple choice, true or false, or short answer questions.
Okay, so you'll see that the teacher in this video is using an app on the iPad to create the quizzes. Now this program is also web-based, so you don't need to have an iPad. You don't need to have devices for every kid. Every kid can use a different device. You can have some kids using Chromebooks and some kids using their smartphones, or if you can get a whole class set of something, that's great too. But this is a great way to be able to create some quizzes, some short answer questions that you can throw out in the middle of your class period to kind of get some feedback as to how the kids are doing. Are they understanding the material? And no rosters to upload, nothing to keep track of. You just, as a teacher, go in and create the quizzes or find somebody else's quiz to use, and then the kids log in with their information and join your class. This second tool is one of my favorites. It's called Kahoot. And this is a web-based product, and teachers will go to getkahoot.com to create quizzes or to use quizzes that have already been made. The students will access the program at kahoot.it, and they join with a game pin that lets them get into the quiz that the teacher is displaying. And so let's take a look at how that works. Pull that video over, and I'm going to narrate through this one because this is just some information that I have on video already. So this is what the teacher will see when they access the program, and here's how you begin creating the quizzes. You just put in the question and answer choices. The kids will enter the program, and you'll see as the teacher the names of the kids that pop up on the screen. When everyone is in the program, then you can go ahead and click Start Now, and the kids will see the questions on the smartboard or on the screen that's being projected, and they see this, but on their device they see just the answer choices as red triangle and yellow oval and blue hexagon and green square. So they only get the answer choices, but not the names in the answer choices. So they do have to do a little bit of looking back and forth. But this is what the kids will see when they get into the program. So their question pops up on the screen, and they just have the answer choices. And they pick their answer choice, and then the program tells them if they got it correct, what position they're in, and whether or not they are in the lead or in the top 5. So it's a very fun program. The kids have a great time with Kahoot. They love it. It's very interactive and keeps them on their toes. And last but not least, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Project Speak Up survey. I don't know if you've noticed, but on the website we do have this scrolling across the front banner bar, and it does say that the Project Speak Up survey is ready to be taken. The Project Speak Up survey is a way for us to get some really great feedback and data from students, teachers, and parents as to how technology is being used in the district. Anybody can take the survey: community members, business partners with Tomball, students, parents, teachers, anybody else in the district who doesn't qualify as teachers, parents, or students, administrators, bus drivers, it doesn't matter. Anybody can take the survey. And this is a great way for us to get some great feedback. We have recently reviewed the feedback from last year's survey, and it is fantastic what we can find out about our technology use in Tomball through this survey. So I highly recommend you to promote this to your parents and your students. Take them to the lab, get them logged in. Here on this page I have all the information that you need to get everybody logged in. So this is the flyer that can go out to all the students. It tells them how to log in. It tells them that their secret password is Texas. And so you could take them to the lab, take them to this website right here, have them log in with the password Texas and get some really great feedback. Teachers, if you have kids who can't really read through the survey, you could do it as a group and just put in the answers for the kids by a show of hands. How many of you have this? How many of you have this? And so there's many different ways to take the survey and to get this information. So we highly recommend that you do that as a teacher, definitely, and to promote that with your parents and your students. So that is the tech tip for November. Thanks so much for joining us, and I hope that you have one thing that you can take back and use today.